Right, evening everybody. What we're going to do tonight is a wee roundup video of 2024 so far and some of the ideas I've got to move the channel forward this year. So I'll be really interested to hear you guys' feedback on some of these ideas or any ideas you might have for the channel that you think would be a bit of an improvement. Right, let's get into it. So I've got a wee bit of a list here, some ideas I've had when I've been sitting down watching the TV at night, things that might improve the channel, make it a little bit more interesting. I'm really keen to try and get the subscriber count up this year. We're doing well, we've got over the 2,000 mark now. I think 5,000 is the next milestone for small channels like this. So here's my ideas. Right, I want to run a trip down memory lane series. I've had a lot of cars, I think around about 110. I was actually trying to write them all down tonight in a list so I could go through them. But in my head, what I think would be good is this trip down memory lane series. I've got lots of pictures, some cars I've even saved, like videos and things like that. So I'm going to start putting together wee short videos on them. I've alluded to this already, the Austin Ambassador series. I was writing a script for that tonight. I found a lot of interesting information. But what I think it would be good to do is try and either find some of those cars if they still exist and they haven't been crushed. Hopefully they've not been crushed because they needed welding. Got a wee bit of a theme going here. Yeah, so wonder if we can track some of these down. If we can't track some of them down, it would be nice to, for you guys, if any of you were willing to let me do a review or a drive of a similar model. So the first on the list would be an Austin Metro. That was the first car I had, well, it was before I passed my test actually. I started restoration in 1994. They are much thinner on the ground now. I think I paid £80 for that one. So you know what? That one has been crushed, I think, by now. Looking at the MOT and the Soren history on it, so it'd be really good if anyone in Scotland would have a Mark 1. Mine was actually a 1 litre HLE. Now I know I'm getting a little bit picky now, trying to find the exact model, but yeah, something 1 litre Mark 1 would be great. Put in the comments if you have a Mark 1 and you'd like me to do a review and a drive. That'd be much appreciated. The Austin Ambassador. I suspect that's not been crushed because it's been Soren for the last, how many did I work out? 15 years. So I've got a wee bit of a mission going here. I'm going to see if I can track this down. I know roughly where I sold it into. So that would be an interesting one. I've got a whole lot of information on that one. But regardless of whether I track down a new keeper and I try and do a little barn find video on it, let's cover that one anyway. It got quite a lot of likes and things through social media. So trip down memory lane series. Now considering there's over 100 cars, this could take quite a while. Some of them, you know, I probably wouldn't want to cover again. I mean, my second car was a Mark II Metro. It was a 1.3 Studio 2. So I think the chances of tracking one of those down in Scotland is going to be close to impossible. Maybe down in England there might be one in an owners club, but yeah, things like that I'm probably never going to find. Renault 18 Turbo, I want to do a feature on that. That is definitely still on the road. I've got a whole load of information about that. There's only a few of them on the road, and my previous one was mint. I had that for about 9 years, so I think that's going to be a good one. So we've got that series I'm going to try and run. Retro review series. So I've kind of like been, you know, dipping my toe in the water with this as I've went this year. So that series is going to take two forms. We're going to have car reviews and auctions. So as you've seen, I've already done a little bit of both of those, but I want to step that up a little bit more now I've thought about it. So I'm going to try to get to more of these auctions, cover them in a little bit more detail. And the car reviews, again, I would be relying on you guys giving a shout out and saying, listen, I've got this, I've got that. Even if it's something that doesn't run, that can't be driven, it's a kind of a static review. I mean, I did do that on the Rover Sterling there, and that video has proved really popular. So I'm keen to do that again. It would be nice to actually find a few kind of barn find cars, people need to restore them. Obviously, I'd respect their privacy and their boundaries for doing such a review. So that would be really good. So please put in the comments or reach out to me on social media or email if you've got something that you think would fit the channel. You know the kind of things that I like. It'd be really nice to go down the route of, you know, the British stuff. initially. Austin, Rover, Morris, so you know, Princess, Morris Marina, Morris Ital, Ambassador. Well, I've got a wee bit of a mission on that one. MG Midget, MGB, MGTF. We've already got Maestro, we've already got Montegos. I mean, I'm still prepared to look at other Maestros and Montegos, maybe different models to what I've owned. Rover 213, that was car number 3 on my history list, so I'll be putting a shout out for one of them to see if you can track down a 213. Mine was an F-plate 89 in red. 213 base model wasn't even an S, so that'd be quite cool. So that kind of thing I'd be interested in trying to get a hold of to do a review on. Any Woolsleys, yeah, that'd be interesting as well. Any Austin 1800s, 2200s, you know, Land Crabs, 3000s. But I mean, I've got a big list already. There's a massive list. Any of that kind of stuff, please get in touch about. And then we're going to have just the retro restoration series. So that is going to be the cars I'm restoring. I'm going to just focus on a little bit more on that. So in that series, we've got kit, which you're all aware of. And I'm boring everybody with hundreds of welding videos. I'm boring myself doing the welding. That's how bad it's getting. I think this plate will be the last plate and then another one comes. So what I've been doing is I had planned on just doing one welding video per side, cutting the videos down so it's literally 10 to 30 second snippets of each of the plates. But you know, there was going to be a big huge gap until I have that prepared, because as this video is filmed, you know, I'm still on the driver's side. I think as of today I've still got 4 plates to do. I would have been much better trying to get a floor section. Anyway, so I wanted just to give you a little bit of content in the short term, the more detailed stuff, but they are the lowest performing videos, which I'm a little bit surprised about. So, you know, either the content is boring, I'm not presenting the content in the right way, or there just isn't interest in that kind of stuff. Each welding one I do, I try and do a little bit differently. The one I just put out there on the first floor repair, there probably was a little bit too much talk, and now I've watched it back myself a few times. I mean, it's probably only me that's watching them, that's why it's, you know, got a few hundred views. So please support the kit ones if you like them, and be brutally honest in the comments. You won't offend me, and the only way I'm going to improve on the presenting or the content is if you let me know. So we've got kit, you know, we've got the passenger side to dig into, we've got the driver's side to finish off, the gearbox is out, that's got to go away, get rebuilt. We've got another few jobs. I mean, I don't really know how far I'm going to take it, because I would like to use it this summer. So the kit series, Rover SD1, taxed, insured and MOT'd, and actually can be driven. It's just been sidelined a bit with the kit and the Montego work that's ongoing. So I'm going to get back out in that. There is a few wee jobs to finish off, some interior to reassemble, headlining, wipers are still causing me some pain, and the battery's flat, as it would be. So we've got a few wee things there to go, so I'll be doing a video on that shortly, doing just a little summary video, maybe a wee drive to see where we're up to. Oh, and it needs a valley gasket, needs a wee bit sorting out under the engine bay, like the rocker covers are minging, they need blasted, probably vapor blasted or something like that. But it'd be good to get out in that, because there's no reason why we can't. What do we have? Montego HLS, obviously. That's sitting just over my shoulder over there, so I have promised my wife that sometime in the next 2 years the engine block will leave the kitchen if I can get out of welding from kit. You see, I'm kind of pulled in too many directions. That engine is sitting there, it just needs reassembly bit by bit. I seem to be having bad luck with gaskets. All the gaskets that are coming seem to be the wrong ones. Cylinder head, that's got to get refitted, that's been rebuilt now as well. So the plan with that is going to be get all that kind of done in the house and then fire that out. I've got 2 gearboxes to choose from. I wasn't going to get them rebuilt at this exact moment in time. Toss a coin and choose which gearbox I'm going to put in it. Obviously new clutch. Fit that up and fingers crossed the gearbox works. And then the next part of the Montego series will actually be try and get it running. Okay, needs a downpipe because I cut through it. There's no other way of getting it off. But let's try and get that thing running. I'll run it out a petrol can short term. But that would be a great way forward, get that thing moving. And then the next part of that series will be the rear quarters, which will probably near the tail end of the year. after kit is ejected out the garage, and hopefully, you know, we get to a point where we don't need to weld it anymore. That'll be a good day. So yeah, we'll get the Montego in, we'll get the quarters done, the rear quarters done, sorry, we'll get the back end welded on, and hopefully I'd like to see it painted this year. I'd like to see it painted and that project complete this year. So we want to see kit complete, we want to see the Montego complete. The Montego will probably be up for sale once it's ready, okay? So that's Montego. Maestro Turbo, I've made a little snag list of things I need to do on that. Clutch cable that I can never seem to find anywhere. I've got a new fuel pump to put in it. I've got a new stepper motor for the carb. A few just little things like that, but I will want to get out in that this year as well. So a few wee jobs needs a half day's worth of work on that, and we'll get that out as well. The MX-5 is still there, sitting in front of me, irritating the hell out of me. I'm probably not going to do many more videos on that. They just don't get the views. There's not enough interest in them. I'm currently battling with the rear hub. I'm waiting on the new one to arrive. I was planning on replacing the rear wheel bearing. That was the last job to do in that car. And then I hit it a little bit too hard with a hammer and snapped one of the arms off of the hub. They're only alloy hubs. I should know better. So we've got a second-hand one of those coming. We'll get that on, and that will be going up for sale. I don't want to spend any more time on that one. Like I said, I'm just shrinking the collection a little bit. B204 Astra sold, Mark IV Escort sold, and obviously the other Astra Turbo Coupe sold a while ago. Great, and that brings us on to the last one that we're going to do a wee bit filming on is the XC90. I've got 5 videos set that I've done a rough outline on. I just need to get out there and do it. I've just had too many other things that have gotten in the way, the Punto and the Rover. So it's fine, we'll get that out. Another few things I've just listed in front of me here. I'm going to put together a little bit of a light-hearted video on outtakes. So that is all the mistakes I make when I'm filming all the, well, I'll cut out the bad language, but all the things that sound amusing. So what I'm doing is every time I run a series like the Punto or the Rover, I'm going to save any of the things I edit out into a separate file. And when I get maybe 5 minutes worth, I'll put them all together, and then everybody can have a laugh at how bad I actually am at presenting. So I'll just something different, you know, to break up the mood a little bit. Another thing to make you guys aware of, I'm going to try and push the Retroratchet Facebook page a lot more, and Instagram, so please follow me on those at the moment. I've been very surprised at the success I've gotten through the Facebook page. Incidentally, I've been doing a few reels, toying about with them, and I've done a reel on a Metro Mosaic that I had a good few years ago, so just a series of short pictures. And that was it, it was maybe like 15 pictures. And that's gotten 7,000 views in the last week. So that is interesting. So that's just getting the message out there a little bit more about what the channel's out. So I don't really have many followers on it. It's 83, it's a little bit embarrassing. So please follow the Retroratchet Facebook page, because we need to get that into triple figures, because it's just too small, 83. But what I will be doing on Facebook, you will see a lot more pictures and things you don't see on YouTube, little snippets of projects that I'm working on. I put a little nitro radio controlled car video on the night that was entertaining, so that was good. Same with Instagram. But I think the main thing is I want to collaborate more this year. I want to do more with you guys, you know, because I'm getting a lot of good feedback from you know, a lot of positivity and a lot of support. So I want to build on that collaboration. You know, maybe do some more reviews of things for cars, you know, like I done with the Top Don stuff. I don't know. So put a wee bit more in the comments. What I'm finding at the moment is I've got tons and tons and tons of ideas. I've got a wee bit of an idea on a TVR series that I'm working very hard on at the moment to see if I can actually put together a series where I test drive and review every TVR. So that's quite a big ask. But that is something that I'm working on, and that would be a really cool series to put together. So there's a lot in the back burner, but the issue is, you know, I do work full time. I'm very busy with my daytime job, and I just struggle to do all the things with the channel that I would like to do. So I'm just prioritising at the moment. You know, if I had all the time in the world, there'd be a video every single night. But yeah, I look forward to your comments. Don't beat about the bush. Be as harsh as you want. And we'll see if we can move the channel and grow it even more than we did in its first year. So thanks again, everybody, and catch you for the next video.